Hello, hello. Wow, I think that went without a hitch. This meeting is now streaming live on Facebook. Woo woo. Nice. I know that we're still Mercury in retrograde, right? Until the 18th, I heard. Oh my goodness. But yeah, it looks like the technology gods are shining on me today. Last week was rough for all of us, right? Wasn't it just last week when everything just like going to pot with the technology? It was just nuts. Everything was not just Facebook and all the other, but gosh, all kinds of issues were happening with my clients and my group, and my gosh, it's like what? And then it just all resolved itself. So it was just so weird. So weird. Resistance, resistance, resistance. That is the topic for today. Hi, welcome to Becoming Magnetic to Your Abundance. My name is Linda Catan. I am a magnetic mind life coach. I rewire and rework that unconscious mind so that you can reach your goals in life and live the life you love and the life you deserve. So good things are happening here. Things are happening. I think things are getting lighter for us right in October. I think as we get closer and closer to Halloween, don't we just kind of feel good, right? The holidays they can bring anxiety. That's true, but not yet. Right now, we love Halloween. When we go diving into the fall into Halloween, I mean, it's just an exciting time for us. I think we all just we become children again. Remember dressing up and trick-or-treating and having all that fun, and our children and maybe our grandchildren or great-grandchildren are now doing those things. My children are grown now, so I think they've just given up trick-or-treating about a year or two ago. So right before COVID, they were, I think, still going out once in a while. These kids are crazy. They're a lot of fun, lots of fun. So I'm talking about resistance today. I talk about that a lot because it's what I deal with all day long. It's what I identify for clients. It's what I rewire for them. We dig it up, and sometimes it's just shocking what's there. And really, what is resistance anyway? Right? It's like, I hate that phrase. And you've probably, if you've been with me for a while, you've heard me say that. There was this one class when I was going through my consciousness courses, went through a 5-year program with consciousness training and intuitive training. It was a lot of fun, but there was this one teacher who she would always say, and it was so annoying, what you resist persists, what you resist persists, blah, 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 blah. Well, I didn't understand. She would just say that to me all the time, and it didn't make any sense to me. And like I said, it was 5 years. 5 years, and I still, in that training, hadn't figured out what she was talking about. And it really wasn't until I met Chris Duncan and hired him as my coach, as my leader, as my mentor, and got into the magnetic mind process and learned how to do the superconscious recode and help people out in their own resistance, that I finally got it. Resistance is literally everything. It's everything. It's all the time. If you're thinking, your thoughts are going all day long, right? All day long, all day long. Have you observed your thoughts lately? What kind of crazy things are going on in there? It's just this crazy chatter going on. It's like squirrels. I've got 1,000 squirrels outside my window, and they're going, right? And that's what's going on. And I call the squirrel brain. I guess there's a book out called The Monkey Brain, which I have listened to. But those squirrels, it's hysterical because it's just going. That chatter all the time, nonstop. It's nonstop, right? Does it ever say anything nice to you? Do the squirrels ever have anything nice to add? Any compliments lately from the squirrels or the monkeys? No, they're not very complimentary. They're not very nice. In fact, they can be downright bullies, right? I don't think there's probably any worse bully than what is going on inside of our own minds. That's just my own observation. Give me some love down below if you agree with that or not. Hands up or thumbs up. The thinking mind likes to take us off into all different directions where we have to figure things out before we take action. It's the fastest way to shut you down. Oh, you have to go figure that out first. Oh, you don't know enough. You have to go get more information. Oh, you got to take another class. You got to buy another book. You got to, right? When is it ever enough? When is it just enough? It's a good question. Good question to ask that mind. You're not going to get an answer that's going to be productive, believe me. Yeah, so resistance. Resistance is constant because we have thoughts. If we're thinking, we're in resistance. If we're quiet, and that's not very often, how often are you actually quiet? Right? When you're quiet is when you're out of resistance. When you're asleep, you're out of resistance. Other than that, you're in constant resistance because we are constantly wanting, which means we don't have something. We're always wanting something because we think that having it's going to make our life better. Or we are in resistance to or aversion to sometimes having the same thing that we want. Right? Does that make any sense? Do you ever feel stuck? Or like you take a step forward and 2 steps back and no step forward, you're just constantly stuck. So the stuck pattern and the oscillating back and forth pattern is what 98% of the world population lives in daily. We can't move forward. That means no one's moving forward. Can you imagine if the planet, if mankind was not in resistance? Can you imagine if mankind was not in resistance? If mankind could just be in the flow, every single man, woman, and child in the flow? What an amazing reality would we be living in? It would be completely different from this reality. It would be void of suffering and pain. It would be full of amazing creations and happiness and joy and fulfilled lives. Resistance. Resistance shuts all of that down. It's like a river running through its path, its course. Friends, it's always going to run downhill. Water doesn't run uphill. Unless you watch something on YouTube, on the Weather Channel, where the wind is 70 miles an hour and it's going up. But otherwise, it flows down. And we're just kind of meandering along life, going toward our life goal. But then all of a sudden, we put these boulders in our way to slow down the flow, to slow us down from getting there. There are aspects of us. There's trauma parts and dormant parts, and there's parts of you don't even know about. There's cellular memory, the epigenetics, you name it. I mean, it just goes back. The patterns from your childhood, the patterns from your parents' childhood, and their parents' childhoods. Handed down, live in you, live in your children. Resistance, you don't even know it's there. It's unconscious. Can you imagine your cells? Your cells have the memory of your ancestors. You don't even know it's happening to you. You don't understand it because your body will react because it has memory. Those cells have memory. At least seven generations back. At least 7 generations back. And that's been scientifically proven. So what am I talking about? Real quick. If you've been with me for a while, you've seen this, but I haven't drawn in a while. I'm an old teacher. I want to use my whiteboard. So if you'll bear with me. So we have this aspect of we want things. As a human species, we're wanting things. If we're wanting things, it means we don't have it. So I'm wanting, this thing over here, whatever it is. It might be it might be a car, right? A horrible drawer, but it might be a car, right? It might be, let's give it a door. It might be money, right? Wherever that is, money. Whatever money's going to get for you, money in and of itself is useless. It has to be used for something, grown or something. You have to spend it in order for it to actually give you the things that you want. So if I am over here, right, my identity is the wanting, and the wanting identity. So as soon as I start to take steps toward the thing that I want, the house, the money, the car, the relationship, the health, whatever that is, this identity says, no, that's not who you are. you're the identity over here that wants that, that doesn't have that. That's an identity that has that. You can't have it because you want it. And that identity is going to pull, that's what pulls you back. It pulls you back. And what does it do? It throws up fear. It throws up doubt. Self-doubt's huge. A lot of you have told me that you have a lot of self-doubt. Well, this is probably what's going on for you. So you have self-doubt, you have fear. It'll throw up, you're not good enough. It'll throw up your childhood wound. It'll throw up the garbage in the kitchen sink and everything else at you to get you to turn around and come on back. And it works every single time. Unconscious mind knows exactly how to stop you in your tracks. And what do you do? What do you do then? It's got the power, it's got control over you. So you go down here and you say, okay, well, I'll go take a course. I'll go take a class and take classes. I'll buy some books that I may or may not ever get around to reading. I'll go talk to somebody. I'll go just do anything else but that. See, it diverts you and tricks you into going and doing other things so that you don't. So you give up your true end result, the end result, the identity of having. Because if you're not wanting, you're having. If you're not wanting, you're having. Think about that. It's all a matter of identity. And these identities do not equal each other. Obviously, they're different. They're different. So what I do with my clients is, and what you can do yourself, is become equal with this other identity over here. You know, we have to make this guy feel like it's not better over there. I'm not changing. We don't want to change you. This identity thinks that it has to die. It literally thinks it has to die in order for you to have what it is that you're wanting. It won't do that. It hasn't done it so far, right? But when you think about it, you are the identity. How's it going to die? It's not going to. It just thinks it's going to. It's a funny little identity. So what I do with clients is I take them out of this identity and we get into the end result, the desired result. You know, what is it that they're wanting to create? What are you wanting to create? Oh my gosh, write in the comments below. What are you wanting to create that you haven't created yet? What is that thing that you really, 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 really want so much to create? Maybe one client took 8 years to create her dream job. She started with me and literally when she decided to go for it, 48 hours before she had that dream job. It was like miracles happen. Miracles happen. And I know that you have experienced this at some point in your life, or you know other people who have experienced it when they got out of their way, that they got the thing. Oh, this is interesting. So I talked to 2 amazing healers in the last couple of days. I'm so humbled that, you know, healers, powerful healers that I buy the program, say that I got this opportunity to talk to them, and so honored to be able to do a recode for them, because healers need healers too. They don't have it all. They're very, very high. They're very high level. They're operating at such a high level, but they still have childhood wounds that come back, or this identity that gets in their way of what it is that they're wanting to create. Yeah. So I was really surprised when they both didn't get the concept of resistance. They both said something like, and I kind of wrote in the quote in the post, but they both said the same thing. I don't know what it is, but when I get out of my way, when I relax, when I stop trying so hard, resistance. When you're trying to force something, resistance. And in the society, we think we have to do, right? You gotta go, do. They don't tell us that it's actually the opposite. Get quiet inside first. Attract the thing to you. That's how that works. But we're busy wanting it and therefore repelling it. If we're wanting it, it means that we don't have it. And then what else do we do? What do lotto winners do? And lotto winners actually, bam, they got it, right? They won the lottery, hundreds of millions of dollars. And within a year and a half, they're usually broke. It's shocking to me. And I didn't understand that for the longest time because their identity is the wanting that thing. They're wanting to be millionaires, but the identity, when they get the thing, not equal. That identity is not equal. Their identity is the identity of not having. They've never had money. They don't know how to deal. They have to give it away. They have fears about money, whatever the family program about money was. Don't know how to handle money. Got to give it to somebody else who does. Give it away, give it away, give it away. That's how that happens. It's a great example. Weight loss is another great one. I have been on that yo-yo for my entire life since I was 12. What happens when we diet, right? I want to lose 20 pounds, or I want to. How many times you actually get to that finish line, right? So anyway, I have gotten there plenty of times, gotten really, really tight with my body, really hard on my body, drove it hard, lost the weight. And what did the unconscious mind do? Great, got the goal, right? I got the goal, lost the weight. My unconscious mind had a goal that, oh, great, as soon as we get that, we're going to go eat a Cinnabon. I listen to myself say this now. We lost the weight. We did it. Yes, let's go get a Cinnabon. Sabotage. Let's just sabotage and go right back. So because the unconscious mind is not over here with you, as long as those identities are different, this identity is going to pull you back every time. And that's how that happens. It sabotages you from within and you didn't even know it. Before you know it, all that weight's back on and then some. Yeah. When I hear people say, oh yeah, I'm going to lose 20 pounds, or I want to lose 20 pounds. First of all, the body doesn't want to lose. When you lose something, you have to go find it. Right? It's an unwritten instruction. Lost something, you got to find it. And then, yeah, as soon as you've gotten the goal, because they're not equal, snaps you right back to the original identity of not having it, of being in the wanting. So the only way I have figured out to deal with this, to make these two identities equal, is superconscious recode. Neurolinguistic programming, I got certified in that years ago. Very, very useful. Superconscious recode, like the secret weapon. So yeah, rewiring. You have to do something about that, about the sabotage. Otherwise it just won't happen. You know the drill. If you could figure it out, you'd have had it figured out already. The thinking mind would like you to figure it out. Keeps you busy, keeps you going around in circles, keeps you stuck, keeps you going back and forth, keeps you not having. Yeah. So yes, it is an interesting dynamic. Oh, I have not talked about, finally got, You're Not Broken. Everything that I talk about is explained really, really well in this book by Chris Duncan, my coach, my mentor. He's coach to coaches. If you would like a copy, private message me, let me know. I'm giving these away, just asking for the shipping of $7.99 to be to send that out to you. Shipping is very expensive around here these days. So yeah, it was retailing for $28.99 at one point on Amazon. I'm not sure, what it's at now. This is a paperback. Chris Duncan, here he is on the back. He's he's out of Australia, but he's from New Zealand. He's an Aussie. Anyway, I've learned a great deal from him, and you can learn a great deal from this book. It's a great book to have. Yeah, so if you'd like to finally get a hold of what's going on in the unconscious mind, start getting the goals right away, start making progress. Superconscious free code's the way to go. So you know what? I've got one-on-one coaching. I've got group coaching. I do recodes. I've got a recode room. I've got all kinds of tools for you. Private message me if you would like some help in this. And I really would love to hear in the comments, you know, what is it that you've been working on and why haven't you gotten it yet? What's it costing you that you haven't gotten it? What's it costing you that you're not taking the action to change this? Because this is instant death to creation. There's nothing creating here. Nothing's going on here. I talked to a beautiful client this morning. A client came on this morning and she said, she had a fear of failure. And, you know, again, resistance is a double-edged sword. Where you've got one thing, you've got the other. Great. Okay. So that fear of failure keeps her stuck, not taking action. Great. And what's the benefit of that? The unconscious mind says, hey, I don't take the action, I don't fail. Guess what? It's failed. The absolute definition of failure is not getting the thing. You got to take the little action to get the thing. You see how this works? It's crazy. It is crazy. The unconscious mind is not logical. It's very primal in what it wants, and it just wants you to survive any little discomfort, any little fear, anything that's slightly unfamiliar, slightly different, going to pull you right back. It'll pull you right back. And that is what has been happening to you. That's what's been happening. So let me know if this has cleared things up for you. It's my desire to make this understood. It took me forever to figure this out. It took me years and years and years to figure this out. So I'm hoping that this has been useful to you and that it's clear. Goodness. Yeah, go ahead and pop me some comments in the what you got from this, what resonated with you. Did it make sense? Did it not make sense? You know, how can I be more clear? Let me know, because this is everything when it comes to creating your abundance. To have or not have it, right there. Go have a great day. Go be magnetic, and I'll see you next week. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Oh, I will pop a link. Sorry, I'll see if I pop a link. I'm not very techy these days, but I'll see if I pop a link into the comments below if you'd like to get that book. Take care for now. Bye-bye.